Happy Halloween! I don't know about you guys, but I think that Halloween is one of the most fun times of year. You can dress up, you can carve pumpkins, and you can eat loads of sweets. Plus, you also get to decorate your house as much as possible and make it as spooky as you can. And today I have got a brilliant little Halloween decoration idea for you all. We are going to be making these spooky toilet roll monsters. So let's find out what we're going to need. 3 toilet rolls, sponge and some paints. I've got a baby pink, a green and an orange. Some coloured card, a glue stick, a black pen, and finally our trusty ruler, pencil and scissors. So first things first, we are going to be painting our toilet roll. Now I'm going to be using a sponge to do this just because I find it a little bit easier when I've got a large surface to paint. So I'm going to get my sponge and I'm also going to get my paint. So I've got a baby pink here, I've got a green here and I've got an orange here, which is conveniently called pumpkin. And we can simply plop our paints onto a palette. I'm going to use this old pizza box from the weekend and we're going to pop them on. 1, 2. You'll need quite a lot of paint for this, so give a nice good dose. 3. And then simply get our sponge and start dabbing away. So you're going to do one that's orange, fully orange, one that's green, and funny enough, one that's pink. This colour is a really cool colour actually. It's almost like luminous. See how easy it is with the sponge? You just pop it on and it goes on so easily and covers it really, really quick. And then once we've painted our toilet rolls totally like this, we can leave them to dry on the side and get on to the features of our monsters. So let's start with Mr. Dracula, who's our pink toilet roll. So we are going to draw the capes for him first. So I've got my red bit of card here, I've got my pencil and I've got my ruler. And what I'm going to do is measure 5 centimetres up from the corner of my card. You know, actually what? I'm going to go higher, take that back. I'm going to measure 7 centimetres up from the corner of my card. There we go, and make a little dot. And then I'm going to measure, let's say, I think a good 7.5 centimetres down this side of my card, and then I'm simply going to connect the 2 dots by drawing a diagonal line across like so. Now this, if you can see it, there we go, that is going to be one of the capes for our Dracula, and then I'm simply going to do the same on the other side of my card. So 7 centimetres up, 7, and then 7.5 across, and then connect the dots. So as I said, these are going to be for the capes of our Dracula. So I'm then just going to get my scissors and cut them out. They'll come out in like little triangle shapes. So one there, and eventually one there. And they're exactly the same size as well, which is always good. I'm going to use this spare toilet roll whilst our others are drying to show you what it's going to look like. So we are going to put both of our little triangle capes at the back of our toilet roll, and they are going to sit like this. So once we've done our capes here, we can move on to Dracula's hair. Now our Dracula is going to have purple hair, just so he makes him nice and colourful. Now we are going to get our ruler again and measure 6 centimetres across our paper. So make a little point. And then we are going to measure to, let's say, I think let's do 1.5 centimetres down. So little dot, and then find your 6 centimetre mark and do 1.2 here. And form a kind of little rectangle shape with the points that you've drawn. Lovely. So this is going to be the top. Let me just neaten that up a little bit. This is going to be the top bit of his hair, but we're also going to give him a nice point going down the middle of his hair. So I'm going to, again, go back to my 6 metres. Why do I keep on calling it 6 metres? 6 centimetres. Shout at me if I say that again. So 3 centimetres along, and measure a little point. And then we're just going to draw a straight line from that 3 centimetre point. Lovely. And then, using the 2 points of our rectangle, we are going to draw a kind of semicircle shape like this. Can you see it? So like a nice curve going from the central line to your corner of the rectangle, and we're going to do the same again on this side. And there we go. We've got this kind of like loopy triangle shape, I would say, and then we can cut it out. And then the final thing to do on our Dracula is a bow tie. So we're going to get our red paper again and draw a little bow shape onto it. So for the bow, we are going to get our rulers again and use the bottom of our page, and we are going to draw 3 centimetres up. Do a point there. I said centimetres this time. I'm learning. And then 6 centimetres across. So do a point and then 3 centimetres up. There we go. And then we can match them all up again to form another rectangular shape. But this time we are going to be turning it into a bow tie. So how we're going to do that is this. Simply draw a diagonal line from the top left-hand corner to the bottom right-hand corner, like so. And then repeat it on the other side. Perfect, so we've got this kind of crisscross shape here, and in the middle is our bow shape. But to make sure that we keep it all together, because obviously if we cut this up, we're just going to end up with 2 triangles, because this point isn't like thick enough for our card to stay together. So we're simply then just going to draw 2 straight lines like that. So just like that. So that's connecting our bow together. And now we can cut it out. When cutting, just cut along your diagonal lines like so, across the middle bit. And then following the diagonal line again. So that's the bottom bit of our bow, and now for the top bit. So diagonal line, straight diagonal line. And then nip off all the other little bits. And there we have our Dracula bow. So now that we've done all our cutting, we can get our pink toilet roll, which is going to be the body of our Dracula, and hopefully it should be dry by now and we can start assembling everything together. First we're going to do our cape. So I'll move this out of the way so you can see. Get your glue stick and simply glue a line down these bits of your cape. There we go, and do the same on the other side. So a nice line. Ooh, there we go. And then we are just going to attach it to the back of our toilet roll. So try and get it as central as possible. So one like that. And then one like that. Make sure they match up. Lovely, stick them down nice and tight. And there we go. Our little cape is done. For the hair, we are gonna glue the whole of it. So make sure that you glue on the side that you've drawn on. Smother it up with glue. Lovely, lovely. Lots of glue. And then we are gonna stick it to the top of our toilet roll. Just like that. So the point goes straight down the middle. Sometimes the card takes a little while to stick down, so just hold it like this and it eventually will stay. And then lastly, but most importantly, you need to add a little smile onto his face with your black pen. And I also cut out these white fangs from some white piece of paper, which I feel like just, they totally make him, don't they? So there we go. Dracula 1 done. Now let's move on to the next. So for our second monster, get our orange toilet roll, and we are going to be turning this into, no prizes for guessing, a pumpkin. So I have already cut out 2 little black triangles and then another one, plus, if I can pick it up, there we go, plus this toothy mouth. So 2 of the triangles are going to form the pumpkin's eyes and 1 triangle is going to form its nose. As simple as that. I actually had purple card and I didn't have any black card. So what I've done is painted my card black, but you can also do it with purple or black card or whatever colour you like. So let's get sticking. So we're going to get our orange toilet roll nicely painted and we are going to stick 2 little triangles to form its eyes. So like that. Again, if they're struggling to stick, just keep them pushed down like this for a while and eventually they will stick down. Then once you've done your 2 eyes, get your third triangle, and stick it the opposite way round to make your nose. There we go. He looks quite fearsome, doesn't he? And then finally, last but not least, we can add the mouth onto it. There we go. Stick the mouth down. Look at him. He is looking scary. And then to finish him off, cut out a green leaf shape like this from your card and glue the bottom of it down. Here we go. So just add a bit of glue like this to the bottom and then we are going to stick it on the inside of our little pumpkin. So he looks like this. And there we go, all finished. Now that our pumpkin monster's finished, we can move on to our final toilet roll creature. So our third and final toilet roll monster is going to be a witch. Now, as you can see, I've already cut out a nice big witch's hat for her. And now we can do the orange hair and a nice big green nose. So get your card and let's get cutting. Once our witch's hat and hair is on, we can get drawing her eyes. Now I'm going to do some little almond shaped eyes on her. So there's 1. And there's the other, and then in the middle I'm going to draw 2 circles just like that, and then you can colour the sides in between the circles in. Just like that. As we all know, witches have big, long noses. So I've cut out a very long triangle and I'm going to stick it onto her just like this. There we go. Look at that nose. And to finish off her features, I have given her a big toothy grin. And finally, last but not least, a witch is not complete without her broomstick. So I have cut out this orange broomstick from my card and added just some little details on the end. And I'm going to stick it across like this. Here we go, our final monster is done. And that's that for this week. I hope that you've enjoyed this activity and happy Halloween. Go to town, eat lots of sweets and get crafting. Have a lovely weekend and I will see you very soon. Bye!